Hello and welcome to News Kids Can Use, the show about all the weird, wacky, and straight up strange stuff that has been making your grown-ups freak out about the news lately. I'm Emin Rogers.
And I'm Tori Ogawa, and today we have a lot to talk about, but we first want to say after a year of doing this show, we want to hear from you and see if you want this show to continue. So please email us with any questions or comments or topics you want to discuss and tell us that you want this show to keep going in 2022.
That's right, we can't keep going unless you tell us to. The small island nation of Barbados made the news recently because it replaced Queen Elizabeth II as head of state with their first ever president, Dame Sandra Mason. This is really exciting. Last year, they decided to move to a republic, and this is a big, big move, and Sandra Mason seems cool.
In COVID-19 and vaccine news, vaccines for children ages 5 to 11 are now available. The COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine is available for you to get. So if you want to go get it, talk to your grown-up and see what the best choice is for you.
And not a minute too soon, because we have a new variant, folks. The Omicron variant was first detected in South Africa, and we are still waiting to see how vaccines and all the therapies that we have react to it and whether they're still going to be very useful. But what we do know is the best way to be protected so far is to get more people vaccinated.
And to keep wearing your masks indoors and outdoors when you're around other people that are not from your household. Now let's check in with the courts. Kyle Rittenhouse, who had shot and killed 2 people during a racial justice protest last year in Wisconsin, was acquitted for all of his charges, meaning that he was found not guilty.
Barely 1 week later, a jury convicted all 3 men who took place in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia guilty of murder, and they will be serving their sentences. Now, these 2 cases were extremely contentious, which means people had a lot of opinions on both sides. And if you have an opinion, we would love to hear from you. We also have started putting our sources for the information that we're spreading here in our show notes, so you can see those in the description right under this video. And we hope that you will do your research and check up on that. For today's big deal, we are talking about something that used to be the most boring topic ever and recently has become interesting: school board meetings. So, in recent weeks and months, school board meetings have turned into a big battleground for parents and grown-ups from the community who have many opinions about the way masks should be worn or whether they should be worn at all, vaccines, COVID protocols in general, and about the kinds of things that are being taught in schools. So we thought we'd better chat about why this is such a big deal right now and what's going on.
So there are so many examples of this around the nation. Like in California in the San Diego County, they were just running a typical school board meeting and having public comment online. But there were protesters that showed up in person. It became a little more tense when they started pounding on windows and even entered the building, starting to shout and threaten staff. The police arrived and said that the board should just adjourn the meeting. And it got even weirder, though, when the protesters went into the school boardroom and started filming their own video, pretending to elect their own school board officials, which was not legal or official in any way. So that was just kind of scary for a lot of people. Another example is the school board in Virginia had made a decision to remove some of these books from their libraries that had sexually explicit content, but later voted to reverse the decision because there were a lot of community members who were outraged by their decision. And so they rescinded that decision and said that the staff members should look at each book more closely before deciding if they should keep it or remove it from the collection. Which brings us to a local example that's happening here in Kitsap County. In central Kitsap, they're discussing their library material review policy after they removed a book from the collection when they had a parent complaint. And then after it was removed, there was community members that questioned their decision. So there is big talk around that at their school board meetings.
That's right. And the book that everyone was questioning is called Genderqueer, a Memoir. It is a graphic novel. So that was one of the concerns, that you can see pictures of what they're talking about in the book. And one of the issues that has come up is, what age is it appropriate for people to learn about things? Because we do know that gender affirming information and books are good to have on the shelves. They help the health of everybody at the school. But this is a graphic novel, and it means that you can see pictures of what's going on. So when is it okay and healthy for people to know that information? And there were some really strong opinions on both sides. Some parents say that it's absolutely not appropriate for that to be anywhere near a school and it should be taken off the shelves immediately. And other parents and sometimes librarians say that everyone has a right to access to information. And if grown-ups are concerned about it, they can definitely review the books that their kids take out. But it's a really tough question, and we want to know your opinion. Do you think there's a right age for people to be able to see this kind of information? Do you think it's important that everybody has access to it, or that it should just be in special places where people can go get it if it's appropriate? What do you think? Write us at your email at newskidscanuse@krl.org, or you can record a voice recording of yourself telling us about your opinion, and we would love to share it on the show if you give us permission. During Mood Weather, which we haven't done for a little while, we talk a little bit about how we're feeling, and we kind of compare it to the weather because that's a fun comparison. The weather is all sorts of different things, and based on how you react to it, it can go badly or it can go really well. It can be good for your health or it can be not so good for your health. So with all that said, my mood is, I just want everybody to calm down. Look at this pretty picture of the snow and the trees and the sunset and chill out a little bit. And now that I'm saying it out loud, that probably means that I need to chill out a little bit. So I thought I was talking to everybody else. And sometimes it's good to remember that what you want everyone else to do is also a good reminder for you. I need to calm down, take a big breath, remember to look around and see what's pretty and what's going well, and not just pay attention to stuff that I think is negative or going badly.
My mood today is like this stormy kind of atmosphere, but with a rainbow, because I have been experiencing some family things that have been making me a little bit sad, and there's a little bit of grief there, but there's a little bit of sunshine and joy in my life, and those good memories that create this rainbow, because you need rain and sun to make a rainbow. And so with all the emotions that are going on, there's still a little brightness, but a little bit of gloom. But all those emotions make you you and what you're feeling right now, and that's okay.
Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching News Kids Can Use, the show about all the weird, wacky, and straight up strange stuff that has been making your grown-ups freak out about the news lately. We hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, please tell us so we can keep going in the new year. And we will be back in 2 weeks. I'm Emin Rogers.
I'm Tori Ogawa, and if you've got a little bit of rain, find a little sun so you can make a rainbow. Let us know. Tell us. I don't know. Whatever, man.
Omicron. No, there's nothing there. Okay, Omicron, the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet.